with the power of the established Fragsters, the established Danish squad, the established mean machine of the Denmark Tier 3 scene. Well, it looks like there's a bit of lag going on, but who cares about that, because we've got a great game and it's about to begin. 5 sets of utility coming out from the terrorist side. CTs are going to be looking to not go for the same thing, but hopefully get a couple of kits out if nothing else. Terrorists, as I already mentioned, I don't like the 5 utility strategy. Okay, haha. CTs are going for an early double op. Wait, I'm bloody well, I'm dumb, boys, I'm dumb. I am very, very dumb. I will say this. This is a knife round. I didn't look at the timer. But I'm very curious about why the CTs didn't go for armor. Now, I'm not personally someone who knows whether or not armor makes a difference against knives, which is why I feel a little bit embarrassed, but I'm also a little bit hopeful that it doesn't do anything, because otherwise there's really no point in going for it. But that being said, who cares about armor? In a knife round, who cares? Because the pistol round is about to begin, and that pistol round will be in just a few seconds. We're going to wait for both teams to be able to ready up very quickly, and it will be the Fragsters starting off on the CT side. At least that's what it looks like for now. And in fact, that gives us a time. That gives us a time to very quickly look over towards the odds of this game. And the odds of this game will be displayed up top, because that is what we have. That we have a widget. We have a thing that allows you to see the odds live. And how epic is that? Live odds. What better way to know who to support and who to go against, because we've got MANS Not Hot sitting at 65%. And we have Fragsters on a little bit lower at 35%. Remember, these odds are brought to you by bets.net. The best site on the internet for bets. That is why bets is in its name, and it is in the net. But there's a lot of best things happening right now, and we will be looking to see which the best team is in this server. As we have got 3 players over towards that A side, a very heavy push over there. Esperanto will find a bit of mid defense as well, but unfortunately for Dragonfly, he's very quick at taking him down. Esperanto wanting to continue forward, but the rotations will be coming through towards that B site where they are faking it. These 3 players from Squeaky will be coming through, and overwhelming Bubsky, Nukia, and Tensky are getting everything done, but they can't get down refresh. Esperanto sure as hell can, though. Samsung on the other side, left in 1 versus 3. Here's the man jumping away. Final bullet will save the day. And Nuki, hey, Nuki, will be trying to push through. Samsung is finished off by him. And well, the Samsung tried to fight him off, but MANS Not Hot were a bit too hot in that round. One 0. Fragsters now CZs across 3 men. A Deagle on 1 and a P250 on the other. Dragonfly will be saving up for the AWP, only a CZ, no armor. No grenades, and I would have liked to see those. The smokes can be useful to play around, but it really does seem like the grenades can do so much damage on these eco rounds, especially if the terrorists get overzealous and stack too many players over towards one particular side. But speaking of stacking players, that is something that the Fragsters have done, but Torbjorn Lord, this is not the best of ideas, because Esperanto is, of course, boosted up, and Torbjorn Lord almost gets taken down. Esperanto just not quite quick enough with the shot. And if you look over towards the other side, of course, we do have these 3 players who are hiding behind the red box and hoping that they will be able to turn the map red as well. Esperanto is taking the same position that he did earlier on. He had a lot of success then, and he's looking for the same success now. Takes the peek out. 1 man fully blinded up, but he can't get the shot. The T's, their default has found no one, but they have found a lot of players over towards that A side. And they assume correctly so. Oh, interesting. Staven, where are you? Trying to throw a flash out towards. Well, he's over towards checkers, and he has made the call for his teammates to rotate over, and it seems like they should be there in time. 40 seconds left. This could prove to be troublesome. Bubsky's found a gap in the smoke. He's going to be able to push through if he wants to do so. Silion getting on towards the side will do so despite the gap in the smoke, and returns fire immediately afterwards, getting a quick kill and making it 2 once he pulls out the Glock despite his guns not having enough bullets for him to be able to spray down the secondary player. He makes do with the Glock, and he is going to be able to come out on top. 2-0. MANS Not Hot are able to seal the deal when it comes to the anti-eco. Fractured, despite a nice little stack going over towards the A side, are suddenly taken by surprise when Esperanto is able to get all the information in the side, courtesy of one small flashbang thrown forward. Man's Not Hot in the meanwhile did go for a couple of AKs in the previous round as well. Very little in the way of SMGs, and this time will be no different. Nexa has got an SMG of his own. That is a Mac 10, looking to get aggressive with that. But aggression will be what Fragsters 2 are looking for, as they do push through from the back of B. They might be able to get a few kills over here because they're very, very quick. They're not stopping for anything. They are rushing forward now. Comes down the shift walk, but Tensky is waiting on the other side. Tensky turns away. This might not be the best of calls to make. Tensky's got the bomb in his hand. If they can kill him while he's trying to get the plant down, this will be massive, but it will not be happening. Tensky stays alive. Can't say the same for Staffan and Bubsky, though, who both fall prey to the Mac 10 of Nexa. Tensky goes back, realizes that they were trying to backstab him, and he is not Julius Caesar. He is Alexander the Great, the man who will die only of a natural death. He will conquer everything in his path before. Three to nothing. AWP now out for Dragonfly. That's why he saved up in the second round. Just went for a CZ and nothing else. Dragonfly, that AWP is checking for a boost to come through. Esperanto's been going for that play quite often so far. But Asilian. Oh, Asilian, this smoke is going to be problematic for you, Asilian, but he is using it to his advantage because he wants to push through with all of his teammates. Asilian goes down, though. Torbjorn Lord, the first man to get a kill. Tensky manages to clear out Vents as well. In the meanwhile, that will be Staffan to fall to his AK-47. Nuki has got one of his own, but this one looks a lot less impressive because Dragonfly very quickly comes down from heaven and makes it into hell. Esperanto's very low as well, needs to be careful. He's the man with all the utility, wants to deploy it before anything happens. Look at this refresh. Weakening Nexa. I don't know if that was him though, might have been someone else. Seemed a bit far away for a wallbang to work, but hey, who am I to argue? Bubsky comes in from behind. It's a 4 versus 3. The terrorists have got everything coming their way, and everything includes refresh with a flashbang. Torbjorn with an M4. Esperanto, though, steps up when he needs to the most. Will be able to play around the smoke, and they need to be so careful right now because they don't have a kit. Esperanto might realize this. Throwing out these grenades, they can't get it done. They will die to the fire, and Dragonfly will say goodbye, as he will go down with the bomb. AWP cannot be saved. 4 to nothing. Man's Not Hot continue their lead. And Man's Not Hot, I mean, this is a team that I honestly thought these guys would be picked up by Dignitas, and I'm very surprised. And if you guys don't know what happened with Dignitas, Dignitas ended up picking up, I believe it was Sword Gaming over towards the North American side, who were able to go through the Mountain Dew League over towards the ESL Pro League, and they made it through, found themselves a spot, and they were able to get picked up by a bigger org, and props to them for being able to do that. Man's Not Hot, though, unfortunately come out on the tail end, as these sponsors will not be coming to them. Esperanto deserves one, though, as he once again manages to entry in towards that A site very cleanly done. Gets information as well, and Tensky on the lurk over towards B can actually try and bait a few things out. Make sure that it will not be able to do too much. Speaking of too much, the player on the number 2 is Torbjorn Lord. I think that's his name. No, it's Torbjorn Orden. Well, that's a hard name. We're just going to call him Torb, but Torb goes through. Flashbang is there, finds it, gets the shots as well. Asilion goes down, trying to line up onto Esperanto, but he comes through with the aim punch, and Tensky will be able to punch Staffan out of commission with his AK-47 as well. Bubsky and Refresh, P250 and CZ, Starsky and Hutch, Bonnie and Clyde, Dumb and Dumber. One of those is not like the other, but hey, it works. At least I hope it works. The CZ and the P250 really just going to be useful for exit kills, and even that is a very questionable situation to be occurring. Flashbang avoided, but you can't avoid the shot from Tensky. He takes him down, and Bubsky is left alone. Bubsky and Tensky, 2 men with very similar names. And Bubsky, well, he will be encountering Nexa instead. He doesn't have to take down his brother in arms and in skis. 5-0. A double ops now out. Stefan and Dragonfly looking to get something going for themselves. And that something would be a couple of kills here, a couple of bodies there, a couple of dead souls everywhere. My soul is dead too, but that's not the type of dead they're looking for. They're not looking for the insecurities of depression and anxiety. They are looking for the deaths of many, many terrorists, side players. Refresh, closing the door. He's a polite little bugger, but he will not be too happy with what is coming through the door very soon afterwards. These flashbangs will catch him out. Esperanto again and again and again. This man never fails to entry onto a site, and he stays alive, but not for very long. Refresh, coupled with a couple of arc shots coming out from Dragonfly, will be able to finish the round once Torbjorn takes down Asilian, the last man left alive. And well, that's a good round for Fragsters to get. They keep a lot of their guns alive as well, so they will be able to maintain that double op setup moving forward in towards that next round. And remember, if you are tuning in right now, why are you tuning in right now? Where the hell were you all this time? Where the hell were you while Man's Not Hot was turning up the heat? And they were bringing it up to a 5-0. This is, of course, the Bets.net Challenger Series, and I am Tea Time. You can find me on Twitter. That's twitter.com/GG Tea Time. Cillian trying to spray through his smoke. We'll be able to do so, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't do so onto anyone. The spray is there, though. The spray is on point. He is a master of pressing left click when there's no one behind that crosshair. And speaking of crosshairs, I just realized I've got the wrong crosshair up for casting. Well, isn't this a problem? Isn't this a problem indeed? Nookie. Hey, Nookie. He's so fine. He's so fine, he blows my mind. Hey, Nookie. Hey, 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 Nookie. Hey, hey. Hey, Nookie, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Nookie. Hey, hey. Well, Dragonfly is looking to blow some minds and some brains out with his AWP. Unfortunately for him, he rotates away, and that means Asilian can get the quick kill onto Bubsky, despite the flashbang being there to try and prevent that very thing from happening. However, Dragonfly, with his quick rotation and his even quicker scoping, will be able to take down Tensky. Refresh pushes through the smoke, gets the flashbang kill onto Nexa. Will try and re-peek onto Nukie, but Nukie is too quick and can go for the bomb plant soon afterwards. The incendiary might actually block him from doing so. Gotta be careful, especially now that Esperanto's gone down. Nukie has got to win this out with 15 seconds left on the clock. Going to forward to take the peak. Dragonfly, though, takes his life instead. They've got another buy in them if they want to force this out, but Man's Not Hot might choose to eco this and tell Nexa to donate a few pistols. Maybe get a couple of smokes out. Nexa and Tensky can both definitely afford it. Get a few smokes, try and get the bomb plant out over towards that B side. Smoke out Heaven, smoke out CT, and just rush in to B. Old school style, but old school will not be happening right now. What's happening right now is Deagles. Deagles and more Deagles. The only man with that one is Asilian on the Man's Not Hot side. Esperanto, here's the up shot coming out from the other side. Says enough is enough. He goes in, he gets a shot. He knows the Dragonfly is still up on top, but he wants to continue pushing forward. Samsung will be proud of you, Staffan, my dear, as you are getting kills all over the place. Bubsky right behind him will swing through wide, spray down wider. And Tensky seems to be just going for a couple of shots, and he is landing them. 2 players left alive, and they will not be keeping the double op setup intact, and they will have to rebuy if they want to maintain. Torbjorn drops over the op into the hands of Dragonfly, and they will indeed be buying it up again for Staffan. He had a couple of great shots in the previous round, but I'm disappointed that Man's Not Hot did not get any utility. Otherwise, that was a guaranteed bomb plant. Regardless of that, they've got an op out on Nikki, or Nukie, or Nukie. Not sure how exactly it's pronounced, but I'm sure he won't be too upset at me. Especially because I'm saying he's so fine, he blows my mind. And that is true, he does indeed blow my mind. And he is looking to blow more than that. Bobsky goes down, nice flick from Nukie. Dink is there though, so he's got to be careful. 9 points of HP. That M4A1 or the A4. Not sure which one it was. Whichever one it wasn't enough to take him down. And that's what matters, isn't it? Esperanto trying to go for the peaks and the taps. Unfortunately for him, he is not successful in tapping or peeking as he looks away towards the locker room at the wrong time, at the wrong place. Nuki is waiting for the flashbang to come through. Opens the door. There is no one on the other side. Will be up top. Torbjorn gets that shot, but reveals himself. Esperanto takes advantage of him, and he takes advantage of the flashbang opponent to force him back. Staffan, though, waiting to back up Refresh, who has already gotten a kill as well as Cillian. Next to fall, and Staffan is looking to make his 3K complete with Nexa's head going down to the floor. 4 to 5. Fragsters very quickly coming back in this game. Pause comes through from MANS Not Hot, and what a time to take a pause. Well, the question is, what are Fragsters gonna do? To be able to maintain the lead that they are accruing, because you know that something's coming out from MANS. They are going to change something up. They are going to introduce a new style of execute or play or something or the other to try and take over his side. And I've got to say, I'm slightly disappointed in a few things, and we can talk about those soon enough, as Staffan is not one of the things I'm disappointed in. He has been hitting his shots everywhere. When the smoke comes through, they want to push forward. Torbjorn finds the kill through the smoke regardless. Nukie is the casualty in that situation. Next up, waiting for the push to come through. Gets the shot. Just needed to crouch in. Even picks up the M4 as well. And this makes it much more difficult for Refresh to be able to get anything done. He dodges all of the spray too while he's at it. Refresh has to be so careful. This bomb has planted. They're waiting for these flashes to come through. Tensky's being very careful because he knows they almost lost a round in the past because of that one pesky flash. And Tensky doesn't want that to happen. Refresh takes down Tensky, but he's traded away very soon after. Nexa maintains his HP and his life for now. Can take the peek at Torbjorn, though, reveals his position, and now they just need to be able to find him and take him out. Unfortunately for them, though, do they realize Esperanto is there, ready and waiting? They do not. As Esperanto will be able to make sure that Staffan can't get anything done. Torbjorn survives with a single point of HP. What a dramatic exit from the bomb site. 6 to 4, and like I said, Fragsters, they had to be ready, and they were not. Now there is no double op setup. Now there's barely any money for them to have that double op setup. They won the previous round with 3 players left alive. Before that were 2, and before that were 3 again. No real money builder rounds, and although I have to say I've been disappointed so far by MANS Not Hot's ability to plant the bomb. They are able to get the utility that they need, and they're able to get the job done. Nukie, though, missing the shot. That is sloppy, my friend. Staffan ready to push through. Nice little push onto Tensky. Takes him down, and that will be leading to MANS Not Hot having a significant disadvantage going into this round, especially since Refresh is also pushed through. Dodges that flashbang. Sees Esperanto and will no longer see Esperanto as he covers up the body with blood, bullets, sweat, and tears of loved ones. Bobski still jumping left, right, and center. Nukie. Oh, Nukie. What are you up to, Nukie? What are you up to? Well, it seems like he is up to very little, as his teammates are being taken down on the other side. Now it's a 2 versus 5, and it seems like they have made the call to save because they are going to be reset, and they know it. Torbjorn coming out from behind puts even more pressure on them, and he just rotates back towards the B site. The CT is playing equally carefully,
And they might just be content with letting them save, but Staffan has got something else to say. And if you're wondering what that something is, you've got to keep wondering, because Staffan doesn't want to reveal it just quite yet. Bobski has to maintain his position to be able to take down Nexa, but they don't have utility on the side of the terrorists to be able to try and shut them down from entering the site. Unfortunately for Nexa and Nukie, and for all of MANS Not Hot, they do end up falling, and now they need to go for another force buy, more likely than not, to attempt to counteract the fact that they have just been reset. They do have a significant amount of progress with the Deagles, and I would honestly really like to see a Deagle buy over here. They can just go for a couple of smokes, some Kevlar. Yes, it's a very risky play to make, but MANS Not Hot have demonstrated their ability to be able to take sites with a few smokes. If they get the bomb plant down, I'm fairly sure that in a post-plant situation, they should be able to win this round out. So far, that's been the big problem for them. All of these rounds that they have lost have been straight-up deaths. Fragsters have just been killing them. That Fragsters are not having to play retake. Fragsters just aren't doing much on that end. Even their round wins, only one of them, other than the eco round victory that they were able to get, was a bomb plant win. Of course, 3 of them do come down towards the pistol round, so you can't really blame too much on Fragsters, but this is an interesting situation to find yourself stuck in. Well, the question is, though, where the hell is everyone in chat, and why is no one speaking? Because I've seen 2 messages so far, and both of them have been sent by me. This is like when I'm messaging my crush. And chat, I may love you, but I don't have a crush on you. We have something much more special than that, Twitch chat. We have a bond, we have a connection, we have pure, unadulterated love. That's what we have, Twitch chat. You and me. That's all that matters. I'm assuming it's Twitch chat. It's also possible that we have chat on another betting site, but let's be honest, there is no betting site as good as bets.net, which is sponsoring this tournament, because bets.net has bets on the internet. That is why it is in their name. What an absolutely great site, isn't it? Bets.net. What a site. You can bet on matches. You can probably do other things as well. I'm not entirely sure, because I actually have not had the privilege to use it so far, because I'm actually a caster, so I would rather not bet on matches, because there could be allegations of match fixing, and I don't want to be iBuy powered. That would not be very nice. Not nice at all. Unfortunately, MANS Not Hot will not be displaying their Deagles one more time. Instead, they're going to be going for CZs, a change of pace and a change of scenery as they hit the A site instead of B, as they have done so far pretty consistently. And it seems like Fragsters perhaps expected some more B site coverage to be coming through as well, because it is only Refresh and Bubsky over towards this A site. And smokes and flashes and all the world is coming out against these CT side players. But they are ready to take on the world and more. Tensky finally finds Bubsky, but Refresh is still alive. And he has gotten so much done just by staying alive and staying relevant. Tensky manages to take him down, but still no AK picked up for him. Nexa coming out from the sideline with a dropped over AK, stolen away from the CT players, stolen back rather from the CT players. Will be able to provide space for Tensky to upgrade his weapon as well. Dragonfly very, very low on HP, will be trying to rotate through the highway side, but Torbjorn Lord is still over at Truck and will be given the opportunity soon enough to do so much. Unfortunately, Tensky is about to be closed in as the bomb is actually shrouded in fire. Fire will be... oh dear, Tensky goes down. This is all down to Nexa. Can he win this 1 versus 2? They need to be able to get this bomb plant down. They don't have any incendiaries on the CT side to be able to stop this from happening. Nexa tries to bait it through, but they realize that he isn't going for the bomb plant right now. They see him, but Nexa doesn't care. He takes the peek, but Torbjorn gets the shot and gets the kill. 1v1 going Torbjorn's way. Man's not hot. Almost getting out that round. And again, they just can't get the bomb planted. They just can't get the work done. And they suffer because of it. If that was a post-plant situation, they would have almost definitely won that round, though, I have to say. This is going to be problematic. And that is not saying much. That is saying very little. In fact, Esperanto, however, wants to make things slightly easier. Nexa giving over the bomb out in the Z connector, maybe a little bit less easy. Maybe just a bit. Esperanto has picked up that M4. He's got an incendiary in his back as well. And I have to say, Esperanto has been looking bloody well amazing. He's been playing that entry, and he is top fragging at 13 kills. His raw aim seems to be off the chart, and I would love to see him get some more success, perhaps being picked up by another team. Or if this team wants to keep him, then at least some more results going their way. Esperanto is crazy, though. Absolutely crazy. Torbjorn has got a flashbang ready and will be deploying it out, but they are not going to be taken down just quite yet. Man's not hot. They've got an incendiary of their own in the hands of Esperanto, but Esperanto wants to take this duel. The incendiary is used. Perfect positioning. Will be able to force out the AWP player, while Tensky comes in from the back lines trying to take the duel versus Refresh. Refresh is holding the angle. How does Tensky know he's there? Gets a shot through, but it isn't on the head, and that's what matters in the end. It's all down to Nukie, and Nukie will disappoint. 7-6. Fragsters in the last 8 rounds have gotten 7 victories so far. And they are looking to make it 9 victories out of the last 10 rounds if they can just take it to a 9-6 situation. Would be a colossal comeback, and they would have demonstrated their ability to double op like nobody else. And that is the problem with going up against these Danish teams. Their double op is almost always so incredibly strong. It is ridiculous. 2 players down mid. It is Staffen and Babsky. Dragonfly takes the peak, takes the kill. Tensky goes down. And that's already a lot of firepower being taken out of the hands of Man's Not Hot. Dragonfly is waiting. Vasilion pushes through to find Staffen, who had just done the same. And he gets punished for doing that. Torbjorn getting one, but traded away. Esperanto, how does this man do it every single time? Now the CTs are split across the B side and the middle area. They don't realize that the terrorists are still undecided on where to go. They are still exploring. They are still probing. Picks, but picks will not be coming their way if Babsky managed to get this quick kill onto Esperanto, but Refresh is instead the man to do the job. And he continues doing it, and he leaves Vasilion with 3 points of HP, and Vasilion will die. No longer blessed with 3 points of HP. It really makes you count your blessing, really makes you understand what exactly you're missing out once you die, doesn't it? I mean, I know a couple of people who would say, "What? I only had 3 points of HP. That sucks. I hate this life." But you know, those even that could be taken away from you. If a man with a pistol comes in front of you and he just shoots you down, this could be big. Apparently, actually, I'll discuss this after the half is finished. Bobsky. Now with this half, huh? Man's Not Hot don't have very much firepower. They don't have very much actually, utility is decent. You know what? I'll take that back. Utility is decent. Cillian, nice little smoke. Oh, that's a nice smoke going out towards that. Well, it seems a bit unnecessary, but hey, it works. Why not? Looks fancy as well. Dragonfly, in the meanwhile, is being forced to dodge bullets and return a few in turn. Refresh. Goes forward, but he loses at that duel versus Cillian. Cillian will, however, not stay alive for very long to lord it over Refresh, and it is a 3 versus 4. The CTs have forced out a couple of these players, but with Dragonfly missing that shot, it still means Nokia has got a chance to be able to get the job done, and Incendiary forces Intensky out of position. It is all down to Nexa. This MAC-10 has never felt so much pressure before in its life, and he goes down. It will be a 9-6 scoreline. 10 rounds pass, and 9 of them go the way of Fragsters. Now, I'm reloading my chat, because apparently you guys are talking. I can't see the chat, though. That's what's weird. I've just been told that you guys are writing in chat, and I can't see it, which is very odd. I'm in the correct chat room as well. This is problematic. I love reading chat, man. And you guys can even see my chat, but I can't see yours. Oh, I can see it now. Never mind. It's done. It is done. Finally. I've got some company. I was starting to think that I would be as lonely on Twitch as I am in real life, and that is not fun. That is, in fact, very much not fun. But what is fun is the fact that now we've got a terrorist side which has got 2 sets of utility, and that's what I like about the Danish side. Danish scene, they like to prioritize their utility. And well, they're ready to throw it out. However, where are they going to go? They've got the default setup, hoping for some aggression from CTs, hoping for MANS Not Hot to stay true to their instincts and to push right in to the A or B or wherever they are. Right now, they're not at B, so pushing into B would maybe not be the best of ideas when you're thinking of it from the perspective of MANS Not Hot. Nokia might have actually spotted out a couple of these players, but no, never mind. They're over towards the squeaky side. Smokes going forward. Nokia is waiting to push through. The flashbang will not be coming into effect quite yet, and Nokia will be punishing them for that. Torben very quickly returns fire, but it isn't quick enough because he's already found 2 casualties. On the terrorist side, bomb goes down. It's deployed. Esperanto from the side. He's got a knife chance, but he won't be going for it. He maintains that trigger discipline, and he gets another because of it. Torbjörn. What a shot from Esperanto. Tensky is now going after Refresh, who is alone versus 3. He's found 1, but that is all, and he will be done. It is the 7th round for MANS Not Hot, and they have been given a shot. And coming back into this with a 1 pistol round. Fragsters, though, with that bomb plant, will be able to buy up in the 3rd round. So they can still maintain the lead if that AK-47 round works out well for them. Right now, they're really hoping to be able to get another bomb plant down. Don't like the P250 on Bubsky. But the smoke on Torbjörn, that's definitely something I can get behind. Maybe would like to see another one from Refresh as well. As I said before, smoke out a couple of the main angles on B. Try and get the bomb plant down. Why not? Why not? Five of these players are bunched together. I'm going to let you take a guess. It's not the CT's side. Nokia is waiting for the push to come through, holding a very slim angle, but he's going to know exactly when they're coming forward, and all he wanted was information and kills, and he's already gotten both of them, so he will die happy and young. Esperanto turns it into a 4 versus 1 very soon afterwards. Man's not hot. Are turning up the heat. Now, we've got to take this chance to very quickly evaluate what Fragsters want to go for. Torbjorn's got quite a bit of money for himself. We'll be able to get a... Oh, that is interesting. Refresh and company... Well, Refresh and Torbjorn are actually going for a smoke and a Molotov instead of a smoke and 2 flashbangs. This is interesting. This is not what you normally like to see. Flashes go forward right now. And I like what Man's Not Hot are doing. They're taking the deals to them very early on, realizing that Fragsters will not have too much utility to use. So instead you use your own utility. You use your own excessive amounts of utility. Nexus on the MP9 might be problematic though. Asilion will have the smoke blocking his pathway. But Nuki, yes. I really need to figure out how to pronounce his name. Eventually, one day I will. One day. I've casted him before in a different team. I think it was Lithuania. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was Lithuania. And they were terrifying to pronounce those names. I love casting Esperanto, though. Not just because of his explosive playstyle, but more because of his name. It sounds so exotic, like Esperanto. Asilion, though, finds Torbjorn Lord, and Staffen will be forced to push right through. There's a smoke there, but he doesn't seem to care too much because he's found his way through it. Tensky goes down. The second one will fall. That's Nexa to hit the deck. And Esperanto has to now save the day, but he can't even pick up this colossal load that has been left to him by his teammates. 2 versus 3, Asilion and Nukie now have to step it up. Asilion, though, is stepping it up indeed. Already finds his way over towards the other side. Refresh hears the footsteps out of heaven. Nukie dropping down, will not go down, though, as he comes in from the sideline trying to get this shot through. Asilion left in a 1 versus 1, trying to fake out the bomb defuse, but Refresh is playing this perfectly. He realizes he's got the time in his favor, and the wide peak will finish him off. 10-8. Man's Not Hot lose out the first gun round. And again, like I said, man, Esperanto, his name just sounds so exotic. It's like, you know, Esperanto. It's like, you know how if there was like this very, very muscular, oh god, Bubsky just got stabbed in the back. If there was just you know, this very muscular olive skinned lover who I would have in my life, then it would be someone called Esperanto. Staffen finding Asilion takes him down. Esperanto's trying to return fire, but Nexa actually getting boosted up. This could be interesting, but all interest dissipates once the incendiary comes through. Esperanto. Bobsky. AK-47 pulled out at the right time. And he is able to take Nexa down at the right time as well. Man's Not Hot despite their force, but I have not found a single kill thus far. These pharmacists are all they have, and they might want to take these into the next round. Nokia gets one but traded away. That's the AK-47 showing off dominance. It's still a 3 versus 2. Very doable for these players, especially since they do, of course, have got Kevlar. Flashbang will be able to blind out Tensky, but do they realize he's already made his way onto the side? If he can hold a nice little off angle next to quad, this could be big. Esperanto goes down, but he's got the information. Torbjorn, though, trades it away, despite the wide peak. Tensky can't get it done. He had the chance as well, but the spray with the farm was just a bit too difficult for him to be able to get the job completed. And instead, he finds his life depleted. USBs and P250s. Deagles for Esperanto. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This could have worked out on the terrorist side. You could have gotten a couple of great shots, and they were able to do that in the one round that they won after the 5-0 beginning that they had on the basis of the first gun round and the pistol round. Bobsky Sees a few, will try and spray them down, but they 3-peek him, surprisingly enough. Incendiary drop, and they will continue forward, and Bubsky will continue to knock them all down one by one. Torbjorn looking to try and replicate that feat while Bubsky gets another kill. Not Bubsky, rather. Was in fact... Actually, no, never mind, it was Torbjorn. Oh. Huh. Alright then, refresh. Takes down Nokia, and this leaves Esperanto alone. Almost getting that shot. Now he gets another chance, but he can't get it done, and it seems like at a 12-8 with MANS not hot, still not having very much money, Fragsters might be upsetting this one out. MANS not hot are able to find out a couple of M4s. They are able to dig them up from a few graves of fallen soldiers, but I can't see this working out too well for them without incendiaries and without ample amounts of flashbangs. No more than one flash per player. You can't be too spendthrift with them with the aggressive pushes that you'd like to take as well. You have to be very careful, very calm, cool, collected, and calculated. Well, that calculation pays off. Unfortunately, camera doesn't want to show it to us, as Bubsky will be left holding hands with refresh as the attempt to bring this back somehow. Nexa goes down. The beast has been taken care of. He has been pacified. And Bubsky, oh dead. This is actually a very doable 2 versus 4, to be honest. You've got a lot of utility on both of these players. Now, AWP picked up by refresh. This is his gun of choice. This is what he likes to go for. And it depends on whether or not they can get the kill on Nukia early on, because if they are able to do so, that's where rotations are forced over. That is where you no longer can feel comfortable as either Tensky or Asilion to stay on the B site. Nokia sees a man crossing over, will be able to take him down. Now it's all up to refresh. Refresh, oh, nice shot onto Nokia. Refresh has got his work cut out for him, though. He's going on the wrong side. The AWP drops down, doesn't realize that there's a man behind. Gets the shot in. Easily done, or so it seems. But the spray from the side, and Tensky will shut him down. 12-9. Man's not hot. Bring it right back. Hey, there's Pokemon emotes. I didn't know that. What? What? I can't do that. Well, that's frustrating, isn't it? That's new. I've never heard of those before. Well, 12-9. Ops and ops. And ops and ops. Both sides having an AWP each. Nokia has looked pretty lackluster on his rifle, and hopefully he can start picking it up with the AWP Torbjorn. And the meanwhile takes down Nexa. That is a big kill to get. Nexa is the man who was able to push through on the B side earlier on. Bubsky takes down Asilion as well, getting very aggressive on the CT side. This is problematic, because now they've got one man over in A, and it looks like Fragsters might as well try and rotate over, because the B side is where even a single person can actually defend all on his own. And why do you want to risk taking such a colossal battle versus anyone who could be in the headshot angle? We all remember Nico Diesel Ace. And well, Esperanto, he will be remembered as well. Fondly and surely. 47 seconds left. Flashbang will go down. No one will be caught out by it. Tensky with the smoke will find himself blocked off. They do have a kit, so retake isn't out of the question entirely. But Nokia would really like to get a kill right now, as Refresh will be looking to make the cross forward. Smoke being deployed, and Refresh, though, he's being careful. He even waits a few seconds before he crosses over to go and try and plant the bomb. And now it looks like they are actually trying to save. Nokia left alone versus 4. And Fragsters are trying to reset Man's Not Hot, and they are succeeding in doing so. And remember, if you had betted on bets.net, you would have found amazing odds for Fragsters, because they have got a 35% multiplied by 2.7. That's $2.7 for every single dollar that you spend. That is insane. That is true insanity, and you would have gotten that much. And that's why Bets.net is the best betting site for this tournament, at least. Bets.net Challengers, where you can place bets on the net. 13-9. They've got to go for this force. I respect why they're going for this. If you lose this round out, you're already down to a 9-14. Dragonfly, nice shot coming through. Cillian goes down while he was trying to jump across. Very lovely shot, actually. Very lovely indeed. They're going for a boost now as well. Ooh, I like this. I like this indeed. Flashbang will almost catch them out. But this boost is... Oh, nicely done. Nukia. When are you going to learn? Dragonfly is everywhere. Dragonfly is getting everywhere indeed. Bubsky waiting and hoping that MANS Not Hot will make the mistake of pushing through because of their inferior weaponry, but MANS Not Hot is in fact maintaining angles. Nexa is CZ. Has to really step up, but unfortunately it has to do more than step up. It has to run over towards the other side first, because it seems like the A side has been vacated, and MANS Not Hot will surely realize this fact very, very soon. Tensky, I thought it was being boosted up, but there's no one over there to help him climb that ladder. Well, not really a ladder, I suppose. And the bomb will go down. 5 versus 3. This is an impossible retake, honestly. This is... If they had a kid, sure, you can try and hope for some heroics coming out from Esperanto and Tensky with their Deagle and Scout respectively, but without a kid, this is not possible in the slightest. You just can't hope for it. So, maybe we see a save, and that does look to be the case, because MANS Not Hot, again, their money... pretty dead right now. They might eco in the next round and go for overtime, which is entirely possible, but with Esperanto going down as well, this is just looking like Fragsters have got pretty much everything that they need to get this job done. Terrorists win. If MANS Not Hot ecos now, they will have about 4,400 apiece. Still no AWP in the next round. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've only had an AWP in 2 rounds so far. That's how much they're force buying up. And I realize that they're a very aim-oriented team. But that's still obviously no real excuse when you think about it. They go for the force buy again, though, and who can blame them? Without an AWP, without the full buy, without utility, you honestly have a better chance at this point just going for the Deagles. Your M4s haven't really been working out too well for you. If you can get a couple of good Deagle shots in, then maybe it creates enough of an opening for you to work things out. Flashbang being deployed. Dragonfly mollying out Nukia, but Nukia goes down before that molly can even reach him. So Dragonfly will instead have to settle with being able to get a quick shot onto Esperanto, and more will be coming his way soon enough. Thank you, Auto Director, for showing me the lovely feat of a man. While Tensky gets a kill onto Dragonfly, a quick headshot will do just that. Keeps himself alive as well. It's actually Nexa who goes down. Tensky, wow. CZ saved over from his teammate or from the previous round, not entirely sure. But it's getting the job done. Cillian, though, unfortunately can't say the same for him. Tensky will be forced to back off very, very soon. Tries to go for the flick and will be unsuccessful in doing so. 15-9, MANS Not Hot have cooled down indeed. They started off with a 5-0. They were able to take it up to 6 in the first half as Fragsters managed a colossal comeback back up to 9-6, and now Despite winning these pistol rounds, MANS has still only got 9 rounds to show for it. Stefan and Torbjorn starting things off strong as they're able to take down the players down in mid. Nokia pushes through the A main side because he realizes he doesn't have any backup. Refresh is on the opposite angle, holding it with his AK-47 though, but he backs off and will be ready to go. Torbjorn gets another one. In the meanwhile, that leaves Nokia and Tensky alone. Tensky gets one. Tensky needs to go for more, but he's going to be traded away, and Refresh finishes it off. Fragsters will be able to take it home. Bets not net, man. What odds? What odds? Odds for days. For days, my friends. With that being said, of course, I'm GGTtime. You can find me on twitter.com/GGTtime. We're going to be back very soon with some more CSGO action as North Academy and Malco will be facing off up next. What can North Academy